Today we will learn how to create a pivot table on Excel. So to do that, we will just reuse the table that we created from the previous exercise. And based on it, we will go to Insert, and you see this pivot table button on the very left-hand side. Why don't you just click it? And a new dialog box will appear, and it shows you the name of the table. It was previously assigned as Transpose IS, and if you don't have a table name, just the cell range would appear. But as long as it's correct, you can just say OK, and a new window will pop up. Now, this is the window that you will be working on from now on. And the first thing you will have to do with the pivot table is you have to assign the data, like data type, data field. So you would want your date to be a row, and let's say you want to use sales as your value. Then move sale, drag sale to values like this. Okay, and you just notice that something has changed within the main window. So you have your row label and the values. Now, let's say you wanted to group the data by the date. And there are certain things that you have to do, but to make things a little bit more clear, why don't you just go to Analyze and ungroup everything, because I want to show you how to group first, right? So here, as you can see, this is ungrouped data, raw data, and based on this raw data, you would want to group the data based on date. Then what you would have to do is just go to group selection, and then automatically the starting date is the starting point and the ending date would be the end of the data period. And you would want to group by the date, months, quarters, and years. Say OK. And you can see that the data has been newly grouped. Now, this looks a little bit messier than what other people would expect. So what you can do is you can go to Design and change the format by clicking Report Layout and go to Show in Tabular Form. And now what you can see is that it has increased the number of columns, and it shows now years, quarters, and also the date. So you might think the date column is kind of redundant. In that sense, what you can do is, if you double click it and the pivot table field, this window will show up again, and then go to date, and why don't you remove the field? Then now you have years and quarters and only the sum of sales here.